Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the NEO-X for round 11 of Season 1 of 8-Scale Nitro Buggy Racing here on VRC-Pro. Getting set to go here, your top 9 drivers after qualifying lined up, ready to rock and roll here in this one. The indoor track, located at Harper Adams in the UK, off and underway. And whoa, look at these crazy lines right off the start we got going there. That was Tobias Isaacson making a huge mistake right off the start. Back to the front of the pack, though, looks like Martin Wollanka chasing down your leader right now, Marcin Malinski. Malinski, no stranger to the front of the pack. Martin Wollanka, face we haven't seen racing here in a while. He's back in action here in VRC Pro as they're working their way around for lap number 1. Down the front stretch they go. Marcin Malinski, your leader right now, leading the way. Little wheel whip right there. Nice line for him. Oh, and Malinski rolls it over. Martin Wollanka now taking over the top spot. The Team X-Ray driver out of Austria. Look at that line right there. Cutting across the corner. Martin Wollanka, an edgy line for him there. Through the double section on the backside they go. Dropping back down. A lot of racing left to go here in this one. Wollanka out front now. Jorn Ingman in the number 2 spot. Klaus Didrikson in that number 3 spot now. Your leader working his way on the back left side. Running the Neo Buggy layout from Harper Adams. The world famous event put on by NeoBuggy.net. Your leader working his way right now. He's got a clean track ahead of him, a 1.2 second lead on Jorn Ingman. Ingman in that number 2 spot right now. Your leader back around the front side, dropping down. Let's take a look at the start right here. Replay. Watch Tobias Isaacson. Started in the number 2 spot, gets to the inside, tries to dive into the inside for the lead, and watch this right here. Cuts the corner a little too sharp. Boom, clips the pipe. And there, from first to last for Isaacson. He's definitely got his work cut out for him now. Marcin Malinski was your leader. Rolled it over on lap number 1, and now he finds himself battling for second and third with Ingman. Dives to the inside. He is up in his second now. Marcin Malinski on the move here in this one. Back up to the number 2 spot. There you can see second through 6th all going to be right there together. 3.3 seconds separate. Whoa, mistake there from Marcin Malinski. Trying to dive to that inside. Cut the inside corner right there. Makes the same mistake we saw Isaacson do earlier. Cost him the race right off the start. So Jorn Ingman now back up to the number 2 spot. We got a 3-way battle now. Frederick Bowden jumping in on this one. Bowden in the red and white car. Down the back section they go. Ingman in that hot pink Kyosho car. Marcin Malinski back up into second now. Second, third, and fourth down the front stretch. They got the 5th place driver chasing him down. That's Isaacson. Oh, a little mistake there for Bowden. Bowden dropping back just a little bit right now. Malinski in the number 2 spot. 4.4 seconds back from Martin Wollanka. There you see your leader, Martin Wollanka, onto the backside. Nice and smooth here in this one. Wollanka relatively unchallenged so far, but a lot of racing left to go. Back around to the front stretch he goes. Onto the left-hand side, and there. Oh, Wollanka with the tricky line right there. As you can see, there's a lot of these. Oh, Martin Wollanka getting close to that inside pipe. Boom! Hits it right there. Hits it up on 2 wheels. Back onto his wheels he goes. Martin Wollanka through the whoop section there, getting a little sideways. As I was saying, this track layout, some interesting lines these drivers are coming up with. That is for sure, jumping across some of these corners. Officials have deemed it legal, as it is a risky line. There's Marcin Malinski, your number 2 driver right there. There you see he stays in the lane on that one, not quite cutting that corner. Cut it too sharp, and they will be penalized. There's a fine line these drivers are pushing right there. Whoa! Jumping. Oh, and he comes up short. That's the risk. Whoa! He's still going. And it looks like officials have not caught him on that one. Wow. A lucky save right there for Marcin Malinski, I believe. And yep, he's going to get away with it. 3.4 seconds back from Wollanka right now. Malinski tried to dive to that inside on this section right here. Tried to jump on, and he goes for it again. Makes it that time. So Malinski getting lucky on that one. Not sure that he actually gained any time, but he definitely skipped out just a little bit of that track on that one. Jorn Ingman in the number 5 spot right now with Frederick Bowden. Bowden now dropping to the 5th place spot. There's Ingman in the 4th spot. Tobias Isaacson back up into the number 3 spot after that disastrous start. As you can see, Ingman and Bowden having a good battle right now. Ingman back to the inside. Bowden back to the inside now. Swapping back and forth they go. Good clean racing here between these 2 drivers. Up and over that big catapult jump they go. They keep it in the lane. Through the whoop section, both of them swapping as they work into the way into the corner. Double onto the backside now. 440 down here in this one. Jorn Ingman, your number 4 driver, down the front stretch now. Frederick Bowden pressuring him hard. Bowden to the inside now. And Ingman with that dive to the inside, jumps across the corner, back up into fourth. Ingman looking smooth in that hot pink buggy right now. Bowden in the number 5 spot. Martin Wollanka, meanwhile, out front, 3 seconds ahead of Marcin Malinski in the number 2 spot. Tobias Isaacson in the number 2 spot. Here is Claude Didrikson. Claude's in that number 7 spot right now. Battling it out. I believe that is going to be Craig Harris. Indeed it is. Harris right there in that orange buggy, pink wheels. And jumping across that corner right there, these drivers, they may be running mid to back of the pack in this race. However, these are your top 9 drivers in the world after qualifying here at the NEO-X Round 11, Season 1 of 8-Scale Buggy Racing. Didrikson right now battling out with Craig Harris. Back to the front though, Martin Wollanka. Through the whoop section he goes, a cool angle right here, showing some overhead action. Onto the backside of the track he goes, working his way back around to the front straight now through the chicane. Drops down and jumps out onto the front straightaway. Martin Wollanka out front leading the way at the 6-minute mark here in this one. Marcin Malinski in the number 2 spot. Oh, a little mistake there. Oh no! And Martin Wollanka gets caught for cutting the track on that one. Cut it too close. He's back going now. Marcin Malinski and Tobias Isaacson taking a huge advantage on that one right there. There's Tobias Isaacson. Up and over the big double section they go. We just got done talking about that. Officials keeping a close eye on these corners. These drivers are trying to jump across. And a fine line as to how far across you can jump and what defines cutting the track in this one. Martin Wollanka got caught on that last lap. Marcin Malinski now out front. Wollanka in the number 2 spot. There's Tobias Isaacson in the number 3 spot. So Marcin Malinski now with a 4.8 second lead. Malinski charging hard onto the back straight. You see him jumping into that little step up there. Dropping down an interesting front straightaway right here. A lot of these drivers jumping down in there, trying to actually tap their brake just a bit. Trying to stay low as they jump onto the front straight. Onto the left-hand side, there's Wollanka, same line again. Stayed a little close to the track boundary on that one. Was not caught for cheating. Wollanka into the big catapult section, jumping, angling that corner into the whoop section now. These different camera angles really show these lines. These drivers are taking definitely a different view than they get from the driver's stand. Right now on the driver's stand view, you can see definitely looks a lot different than it does from some of those angled cameras. There's your leader right now. Marcin Malinski out front, 4.387 seconds ahead of Martin Wollanka in the number 2 spot. Tobias Isaacson still in 3rd. Frederick Bowden in the 4th spot. Ingman in the 5. Didrikson in the 6th. Harris and Gadurski. 7:40 down now in this one. Marcin Malinski coming around to the front side. That orange buggy looking nice and smooth right now. Marcin Malinski known for his fast laps. However, past couple of races we've seen some consistency issues with Marcin Malinski. Looks to be back on his game here in this one. Whoa. Got real close. Clipping that board, separating those 2 lanes right there. Oh, comes up a little short there. Got a little out of rhythm. He's back in the groove now. 8 minutes down. Malinski down the front stretch he goes. Closing in on the halfway mark here in this one. Martin Wollanka still in the number 2 spot. Tobias Isaacson in the 3 spot. Bowden and Ingman, your top 5. There's Martin Wollanka. Oh, Wollanka! A mistake again on that same section. Wow! That cost him more time. Watch this right here. Boom, hits the pipe, comes back around, spins around, hits the pipe, tries to get back on the track, hops lanes back and forth, and hands over the position right there. I tell you what, if I was Martin Wollanka, I think I would steer clear of that and follow the lane as it is defined. That is for sure. Wollanka in for fuel on that one. Maybe he'll collect himself while he's getting a pit stop. We'll see how it all shakes down here in this one. Almost 9 minutes down. Marcin Malinski still out front. Martin Wollanka in and out for fuel. Goes for that same line once again. Pushing it to the limits, that's for sure. Martin Wollanka looking good right now. He was in that number 2 spot before all the disasters and the pit stop. We'll see how it all shakes down with 9:10 down on the clock here in this one. Marcin Malinski still going to be out front. A consistent front runner. Tobias Isaacson in that number 2 spot now. Frederick Bowden in the 3 spot. Wollanka scoring right now in the 4 spot there. Wollanka jumps back up into 3rd as Ingman makes his pit stop. And here comes Marcin Malinski. Marcin Malinski! Oh no! A mistake for Marcin Malinski right there. Slow-mo. That's going to cost him some time as he comes in for fuel. 9:30. Wow. He's got either a big tank on that thing or that engine is finally tuned. There's Tobias Isaacson Here comes the battle for the lead. Now Marcin Malinski out of the pits. Down the front stretch they go. Martin Wollanka going to be 2 seconds back from Marcin Malinski after the pit stops. So it's Malinski, Wollanka, and Isaacson. Your top 3 right now. Frederick Bowden in the number 4 spot. Jorn Ingman in the number 5 spot. As you can see, Martin Wollanka through the whoop section. Over that hip jump he goes, jumping into the backside. Wollanka trying to close the gap up on your leader right now. Working his way around for lap number 22. 27-1 on that lap right there. His fast lap so far in the race, a 26.5 from... Oh! Martin coming up a little bit short on that step up. Keeps it on all fours, just gets a little bit sideways there. Wollanka right now just needs to take a deep breath. Soak it in just a bit. 2.6 seconds separating right now. Malinski going to be out front in this one. Looking for a possible another win out of England here for this round right now. Back around on the front stretch they go. That last lap of 27.1, 27.8 on that one. So lose a little more time. Wollanka now going to be 3.6 seconds back from Malinski as he works his way through lap traffic. Malinski trying to stretch it out just a bit. Tobias Isaacson still in the number 3 spot now. 11 minutes down in this one. 9 minutes. Oh! What a save right there from Martin Wollanka. Whipping it up and over that step up. Back around on the front side. Dropping down, jumping out. Down the front stretch he goes on that one. 27.5. Pretty consistent 27-second lap times right now for Martin Wollanka, your number 2 driver. Marcin Malinski out front. Tobias Isaacson 3.8 seconds back from Wollanka. There you can see Malinski there in the left-hand corner of your screen. Malinski trying to stretch out his lead right now. They are 3.5 seconds apart. 3.5 separate 1 and 2. 3.5 separate 2 and 3. Frederick Bowden 5 seconds back from Isaacson in the number 4 spot. Jorn Ingman 2.5 seconds back from Bowden in the 5 spot. Marcin Malinski back out front here. Looking smooth in this one. Through the whoop section he goes. Onto that left-hand side. Back straight now. 12 minutes down in this race. Marcin Malinski, remember, he pitted at the 9-minute mark. An interesting pit strategy for a 20-minute race. Is he going to pit again around the 18-minute mark, or will he try to push it with only 1 pit stop in this race? We'll be curious to see how that unfolds. Martin Wollanka now 6.5 seconds back from Marcin Malinski. Wollanka onto the backside he goes. Jumping up into that step-up jump through the chicane on the right-hand side. Back around on the front side, drops down. There's your leader, Marcin Malinski. As you can see, the distance between the two growing considerably. 6.2 seconds now separate Marcin and Martin. Malinski through the whoop section, working his way through lap traffic right now. Putting it on cruise control. There you see Martin Wollanka in the spotlight. Your number 2 driver. That's the distance between them right now. Anything can happen. One crash could put them right back together. As you can see, Malinski looking smooth right now. It looks like he feels comfortable out there. Hitting all the right lines. Had some trouble earlier on through this section, but there he's staying. Not trying to cut across that board section like he was earlier. Malinski onto the back straight, jumping all the way into the face of that little kicker jump. Back around now. Now they are only separated by 4.9 seconds, so Wollanka turning up the heat right now. Malinski up and over the step up they go. 4.5 seconds separate them. That last lap for Malinski was a 27.1. Up and over. Oh, Malinski, just as I said he wasn't doing that line anymore, he tries to cut across and boom, hits the board right there. That's going to cost him some time. Martin Wollanka now. A little bit of hope. Jumping into Wollanka. As your leader makes a mistake down the front stretch they go. They are now separated by 5 seconds. Somehow Wollanka lost time on that last lap, despite the mistake by Marcin Malinski. Here comes Martin Wollanka up and over the double now. Jumping all the way into the corner right now. I would have to say, it is safe to say, Marcin Malinski and Martin Wollanka are the 2 fastest drivers on the track right now. Malinski, a little bit of an edge right now. As you can see, he's gaining a little bit of time lap after lap on Wollanka. Wollanka 5.6 seconds back right now. Not the smoothest race we've seen Wollanka run, but still sitting in an impressive second place. 14:30 down. This race is winding down. It'll be interesting to see these final pit stops here in this one. Will Marcin Malinski make another pit stop, or will he try to go all the way? Martin Wollanka diving to that inside, back around to the front straight. Wollanka down the front stretch now. 14:45 down this race. Coming to a close here in this one. As he works his way back through the infield section. 5.6 seconds separate him right now. 27 flat on that last lap for Wollanka. 26.9 on the last one for Malinski. Malinski down the front straightaway now. 15 minutes down. Onto the left side he goes. Malinski right now. Oh, I was just getting ready to say it looks pretty flawless. Lands right on that pipe. A lucky save for him. Martin Wollanka. Wollanka taking that same line. Looks like he's got that dialed in. Had some trouble with it earlier on. But now they are 7.3 seconds apart. Wow. That last lap for Wollanka didn't see what happened. 28.4. So Malinski right now just needs to put in cruise control. I would have to say if I was Malinski, I'd make the extra pit stop. I would definitely not try to push it to one pit stop in this one with a 7-second lead. Wollanka, I believe, is going to make a second pit stop. And Malinski's got plenty of time to do so as well. Onto the backside he goes right now. Through the chicane, working his way through lap traffic, back around to the front straight. 16 minutes down now for your leader. 4 minutes left to go. Up and over the little step-up jump they go through the switchback section coming into the infield now. Martin Wollanka 6.6 seconds back from your leader. Tobias Isaacson 5.8 seconds back in third. Bowden, Ingman, Didrikson, Harrison, and Gudgerston. Marcin Malinski coming back around to the front side, dropping down, jumping out. Once again, 16:30 down for Malinski. Oh! Little mistake there for Marcin Malinski. Oh no! A huge mistake! Malinski coming onto the front straight, made that mistake, then got caught in the same corner that cost Martin Wollanka. Martin Wollanka is now your leader. Wollanka out front, up and over the big step-up jump he goes. It's going to be a battle for the lead here in this one. Watch this right here. Marcin Malinski, a costly mistake. Boom. End over end, the corner marshal carried him all the way back. He had to do the whole section once again. Martin Wollanka, ladies and gentlemen, is now your leader with 3 minutes left to go. Marcin Malinski chasing him down the number 2 spot right now through the chicane section. They go back into the infield. Up into the big double-double section. Malinski diving to the inside there. They are going to be right there together. This is going to be a race right down to the wire just when we got done saying Marcin Malinski had this one in the bag. That one crash. That's all it took. Martin Wollanka. And Wollanka in for fuel. Malinski goes on by. Malinski, will he go for one pit stop? 17:30 left to go in this one. Malinski, a little bit of a mistake there. It's all going to come down to these final laps here in this one. Time is winding down. Marcin Malinski through the whoop section there. Up and over the step-up jump onto the backside. Jumping into the face here. 18 minutes down. He goes on by once again. Malinski right now running a fine line and an edgy fuel strategy here in this one. He pitted on his first pit stop at the 9-minute mark. Will he pit again or will he go all the way here in this one? He's got a 7-second lead on Wollanka without a pit stop. If he's got to make that second pit stop, it's going to make for some close racing here in the final minutes of this one. Malinski goes on by again. 18:30 down, a minute 30 left to go. Jumping to the inside right now, Malinski trying to put as much gap between him and Wollanka as he can. 7 seconds now separate the two. Aired it out right there. 18:40 down. Oh no! Marcin Malinski! A huge mistake in the whoop section. Clips the pipe there end over end over end. As they work their way back around now, down the front stretch they go. Marcin Malinski. Malinski right now, his lead is dwindling away. He cannot afford the pit stop now. 19 minutes down. He's only got a 5-second lead, and he needs fuel. Up and over the big catapult he goes. 19:10 down. Working his way through some lap traffic right now. Marcin Malinski coming back through the switchback section around the front. And he's in for a pit stop. With 40 seconds left to go in the race, Marcin Malinski makes a last-minute pit stop. Martin Wollanka goes by. Wollanka now your leader. Marcin Malinski dropping to the number 2 spot. It is going to be a race right down to the wire in this one. Martin Wollanka out front now. Malinski in the number 2 spot. Up and over the catapult jump they go. Wollanka through the whoop section. There you see Marcin Malinski, 9/10 of a second separated right now. Malinski whipping it big there through the hip jump. Through the switchback sections, one final lap they go. Down the front straight, 51 seconds. Onto the left-hand side, up and over the step up now. Martin Wollanka, your leader, Marcin Malinski. Less than a second back from it right now through the switchback sections. Wollanka looking for a possible win here in this one. Up and over the catapult now, one final time through the whoop section. All Wollanka's got to do is make it one final time down the front stretch, through the switchbacks, and he's got it! Martin Wollanka with the win! What a race right there. Marcin Malinski second, Tobias Isaacson third, Bowden and Ingman rounding out your top five.